Wavesound Audiobooks presents an unabridged recording of Mine is the Kingdom, The Rise and Fall of Brian Houston and the Hillsong Church, by David Hardaker. Narrated by David Tredinnick. Some names and identifying details have been changed to protect the privacy of individuals. Introduction. The Summit of Power. Brian Houston had never made any secret of what he wanted. World domination. Not for himself, mind, but for the Lord Jesus. When the family business is about saving souls, relentless expansion is what it's all about. And so it was on this night in July 2019. Houston, the global pastor of the mighty church that was his creation, commanded a Sydney stage and the rapturous attention of 20,000 followers who had travelled from across the continent and from foreign lands to hear his words. Was it preaching? Call it the Brian Houston experience. Nights like these were more a showcase of power. Speaking from a raised dais at the centre of an Olympic-sized auditorium, with giant images of himself projected onto the panels of a circular dome above him, he moved restlessly from one side of the stage to the other. Houston was speaking of the rain that was coming to quench the parched lands of the nation, and, of course, its soul. On other occasions he had filled his followers with the hope that they, too, could be kings and queens, no matter how small their lives might feel. Lives could be redeemed. The lost could find their way home. Miracles could happen to the most ordinary of folk. Houston had recognised early in his ever-rising career that there was a market for soul-saving in the arid suburbs of Australia and elsewhere in the cities of the West. For lives starved of meaning and looking for purpose, Houston's Hillsong provided a ready solution. That was what brought them out in droves. Now in his 60s, he had the purpose and energy of a man half his age. Some are diminished by the limelight, but not Brian Houston. On the contrary, Houston stalked around his stage. He pivoted. He pointed. At one moment he descended the stage to cuddle a baby. His forehead was magically wrinkle-free, his teeth perfect, his hair combed back and gelled in place. It didn't look natural, and it probably wasn't. He wore a white, open-necked shirt and tan leather loafers, with a matching kerchief sprouting from the pocket of a blue jacket. The very picture of relaxed West Coast wealth. Be like him, and you too will prosper. Surely it was God who had given Houston.
Sample complete. Ready to continue?